Hi, I'm Paul, and I'm going to talk to you about the Exodus story in the Jessie box and give you a few little arts and crafts tips. There's lots of cutting out, lots of props in this story, and the kids are going to have a lot of fun. With the story manual, I always recommend pulling out the component pages, that is, the props and the different backgrounds and the characters, so that it's just easier than cutting the different elements directly out of the book. Here we've got the slave's house. If you cut it out and you fold it so that the front of the outside of the house and the inside of the house there are forms the two different sides, and you simply just glue the two sides together. Then there are solid lines around the window. Now they're a little tricky to see, but you'll see that this is um, where you can cut around the windows in the house and the door so that they can open and close. And the children love this because it makes everything seem a lot more real when you've got things that actually work. Then for the walls of the house, you simply fold along where you see some dotted lines, and now you've got the inside and the outside of the slave's house. These are the people in fear, the Egyptians in fear in Egypt, and it's very simple. This prop, you just fold along the dotted line, and this creates a prop that'll stand up on its own. For the black cloud, it's best you fold it first. First of all, follow the instructions on the page, and this is the easiest to. This is the instructions are clear. But if you're like me and you don't read the instructions all the time, I'm hoping this little video, will help. Fold it first and cut around the front and the back folded so that they'll mirror each other. Now this is the bit that you can make a mess of, and I'm hoping you won't if you do this, because this stand, what we're doing here is we're creating a stand, and this is not glued. Right? I've seen people glue this. You don't glue it because this is your stand. It's only at this stage that you take out your glue stick and you glue the section that's going to be stuck together, avoiding the stand part that isn't glued. So you rub along the different parts to make sure that it's stuck together. And now this is the black cloud that will protect the Hebrews from the Egyptians. For the sea, cut out the six different waves roughly first. Now, there's some very intricate cutting in these waves. Don't be too fussy. Let the kids cut them out, and if they don't do them absolutely beautifully, don't worry. The more that they can cut out and do themselves, the more that they'll take ownership of the story. Now, you'll see at the bottom of each wave, we've created three sections, and this is so that each wave will stand up independently. So the middle section is folded one way and the side sections are folded the other. And this way the wave will be able to stand up on its own. So once all your waves are formed, they they line up in pairs, and as you can see, the sea can be opened and the sea can be closed for the different parts of the story and for the Hebrews to pass through. And hot on the heels of the Hebrews, you have Pharaoh's chariots. And there again, it's the same structure, one part folded forward and two folded back, or vice versa. Doesn't matter which way you do it. And they'll stand on their, this will stand on its own as well. Then in the desert scene, it's the same story here with the construction of the parts. Um, two folded one way, one folded the other. There's a fold in the rock here as well. You see this for extra dramatic effect. Now, when it comes to the quails, I would say it's easiest if you cut out each one first, fold it, and then cut around each quail after you've folded it. There's a bit of fun now in making these quails because they can actually fly. You put a little incision into the quails and into the cloud, and you get some pieces of thread, and the quails will actually fly. I probably said that a bit. The cloud then hangs over the top flap in of the middle segment of the Jessie box. Then when it comes to collecting the manna, of course you're going to need a basket. Cut out the basket roughly first and fold it. Only at this stage cut around it. You can see here I don't cut out the handles in the basket. Feel free to, I find it too tricky. At this stage you can glue it together and you just fold up the sides then once the front and back of the basket is pressed together. Then the pieces of manna, very simple, just cut around each one. For the scene now on Mount Sinai, this is very simple. For the golden calf, what you do is you cut around this prop of the gold and the tablets. You dress the calf here. So he's covered in gold. There's your golden calf. Then for the last scene, where the scouts go off to the promised land. They bring back milk and honey and grapes. To enable the characters to carry these back, you'll need to make a small incision at the front of the characters. Now it's best to show them making the incision before you make the characters. Yeah, so don't do it this way. Don't show me making the character first. Although, oh no, here I'm making the characters. You can make the characters first and then make the incision afterwards by simply folding the characters slightly to make a small hole for the different produce to go in, so it looks as if the character is carrying them. I know the children are going to say, "Oh, isn't that honey going to fall off the plate?" And you're going to have to find your own answer for that one. For this scene of paradise or the promised land, it's if you cut along the solid lines and fold on the dotted lines, this creates stands for the prop to stand up on its own. There's a dotted line along there for you to fold to create a corner in the scene. Now, there you have it. All the different props for Exodus. Yeah, so you can do that. Remember I was saying don't do it this way. Yeah, actually you can.